In the vast, sun-drenched landscapes of southern and western Australia, the land stretches endlessly, painted in muted ochres and dusty browns, where the horizon shimmers in the heat and the air feels alive with possibility. And then, suddenly, there is color, impossible, vivid, and almost surreal. You stumble upon waters that glow in shades that defy the imagination. Some lakes are deep, mesmerizing blues, like mirrors reflecting the purest sky, while others blaze in brilliant shades of pink, as if a painter has swept a brush across the earth itself. These are not illusions or digital trickery. They are real, natural wonders, vibrant testimonies to the extraordinary chemistry of the land and the resilience of life in extreme environments. From the first glance, a sense of wonder grips you, curiosity tugs at your mind, and the adventure begins. This is a story of color, science, history, and the delicate interplay between nature and life. A journey that will take us across some of Australia's most remarkable hidden landscapes. The pink lakes are among the most striking of these phenomena. Their unusual color comes primarily from a microscopic algae known as Dunaliella salina. These tiny organisms thrive in water with high salinity, conditions that would make survival impossible for most other forms of life. The algae produce beta-carotene, a pigment also found in carrots, which gives them their deep orange-red color. In the right concentration under bright sunlight, this pigment tints entire lakes pink. Salt crystals that line the edges of these lakes enhance the effect, reflecting sunlight in a way that intensifies the color, creating landscapes that seem to shimmer with an almost unnatural brilliance. The result is both breathtaking and scientifically fascinating, a living example of how life adapts, flourishes, and even transforms its environment in extreme conditions. Nearby, contrasting with the pink waters, are the blue lakes. These lakes owe their mesmerizing azure tones to entirely different factors. In some cases, the water is exceptionally pure, fed by underground springs, allowing sunlight to penetrate and scatter in ways that amplify its natural blue hue. In other instances, mineral compositions and clarity combine to produce strikingly vivid shades, transforming ordinary water into a spectacle of color that mirrors the sky above. The blue lakes, with their calm surfaces and cooler hues, provide a striking counterpoint to the energetic, almost electrifying vibrancy of the pink waters, and together they form a visual dialogue between extremes, the calm and the bold, the quiet and the flamboyant, the ordinary and the extraordinary. Beyond their beauty, these lakes are also repositories of culture, history, and human interaction. Indigenous Australians have long known these waters, incorporating them into oral traditions, seasonal calendars, and spiritual narratives. The lakes have guided travelers for centuries, marked territories, and served as sources of salt and sustenance in otherwise harsh landscapes. Early European explorers marveled at their colors and documented them with sketches and journals, but it was only with modern scientific methods that we began to understand the full interplay of biology, chemistry, and climate that creates these extraordinary phenomena. Today, visitors can walk along their shimmering shores, observe the seasonal changes, and witness firsthand the intricate balance of life and environment that sustains them. One of the most fascinating aspects of these lakes is how their colors can change over time. The pink hues intensify during periods of high evaporation, when the water becomes more concentrated with salt and the algae produce more pigment. Conversely, after heavy rains, the dilution of salts can soften or even temporarily wash out the pinks, while the blues may deepen or lighten depending on mineral content and sunlight. Each lake, then, is not a static painting but a living canvas, responding dynamically to climate, weather, and the passage of time. Observing these changes provides insight into broader ecological principles, the resilience of microorganisms, and the ways in which life adapts to conditions that might seem inhospitable. Standing on the edge of one of these lakes, it is impossible not to feel a profound sense of connection to nature, to history, and to the intricate systems that allow beauty to exist even in extreme environments. The vivid pinks and tranquil blues evoke awe, but they also provoke reflection about the power of life, the fragility of ecosystems, and the hidden wonders that await those willing to look closely. This is the central message of our journey, that curiosity and understanding can transform wonder into knowledge, and that the natural world contains lessons as profound as they are beautiful. As we continue this journey, we will explore not just the science of these remarkable waters, but also the stories of the people and ecosystems that interact with them, the history that has unfolded along their shores, and the surprising discoveries that make them a source of ongoing fascination for scientists, artists, and adventurers alike. Each twist in the shoreline, each ripple of color, tells a story of survival, adaptation, and awe-inspiring beauty. Over the coming segments, we will uncover the intricate dance of biology and chemistry, the seasonal rhythms of these lakes, and the profound lessons they teach about life in extreme conditions. The journey has only begun, and already the pink and blue lakes of Australia beckon with their otherworldly allure. Ahead lies a story of color, science, human experience, and natural wonder, a narrative that challenges perception, inspires curiosity, and ultimately leaves us with a deeper appreciation for the extraordinary world hidden within the seemingly ordinary landscapes of Australia. As we move further into the heart of these remarkable landscapes, the story of Australia's pink and blue lakes unfolds with even more complexity and fascination. These lakes are not mere static pools of color. They are dynamic systems, their shades and moods shifting with the rhythms of nature, telling stories of survival, resilience, and the intricate relationships between life and environment. To truly understand them, we must examine the delicate balance of factors that give rise to their extraordinary colors. The pink lakes, for instance, owe their mesmerizing hue to a combination of biology and chemistry. Dunaliella salina, the microscopic algae responsible for the rosy pigment, thrive under conditions that would kill most other organisms. High salinity, intense sunlight, and fluctuating temperatures. In these extreme environments, the algae produce copious amounts of beta-carotene, a pigment that acts both as a sunscreen and an energy store, allowing the cells to survive and multiply. But the pink hue is never uniform. It varies with the concentration of algae, the level of sunlight, and the depth of the water. In some lakes, the pink appears as a delicate blush along the edges, while in others, it radiates across the entire surface, reflecting the sky in astonishing shades of rose and coral. Salt itself plays an equally crucial role. The lake's extreme salinity limits the presence of competing species, giving the algae free rein to flourish. The evaporating water leaves behind crystalline shores that not only reflect light but also amplify the pink tones, creating a visual spectacle that changes hour by hour, day by day, season by season. Scientists studying these lakes often describe them as living paintings, their colors shifting with the movements of the sun and the rhythms of the weather. It is an extraordinary example of how life adapts, survives, and even creates beauty in conditions that seem, at first glance, inhospitable. Nearby, the Blue Lakes present a different, equally fascinating narrative. Their colors are often a result of clarity, mineral composition, and light refraction. In certain lakes, fine suspended particles scatter sunlight, giving the water an intense azure hue. In others, the blue comes from dissolved minerals such as calcium carbonate, which reflect light in a manner similar to the way the sky itself appears blue. These lakes often sit in contrast to their pink neighbors, their calm surfaces and serene tones evoking a sense of peace and stability amidst the harsh, arid landscapes surrounding them. The interplay of pink and blue within the same region provides a visual dialogue, a striking reminder of the diversity and resilience of nature. But these lakes are not just scientific marvels. They are living, breathing parts of human history. Indigenous Australians have known these waters for tens of thousands of years. Oral traditions describe the lakes in ways that capture both their beauty and their importance, noting their seasonal changes, the creatures that inhabit their margins, and the lessons they provide about survival and harmony with the land. Generations of people have navigated these landscapes using the lakes as landmarks, drawn salt for trade and sustenance, and observed the delicate balance that sustains them. These stories remind us that human connection to nature is not a modern invention. It is as old as the land itself, rooted in observation, respect, and understanding. Modern explorers and scientists have added new layers to these narratives. Researchers studying the lakes, microbial life, have discovered an astonishing diversity of organisms, each adapted to extreme conditions in ways that challenge our understanding of biology. Seasonal surveys reveal how rainfall, evaporation, and temperature shifts influence not just color but the very ecology of the lakes, affecting tiny invertebrates, microorganisms, and the rare bird species that rely on the saline waters. Photographers and artists, meanwhile, have captured the lakes in ways that highlight both their scientific significance and their emotional impact, presenting images that feel almost surreal yet remain rooted in reality. Visitors today can witness the lake's transformation firsthand. Early morning light may render a lake a delicate pastel pink, while midday sun ignites fiery coral tones. A breeze ripples the surface of a blue lake, scattering reflections like diamonds across water, only for clouds to soften the hue to powder blue moments later. Each visit is a lesson in impermanence, a reminder that even the most seemingly solid and enduring aspects of nature are constantly in flux. And with this impermanence comes a sense of urgency. These ecosystems, delicate and finely tuned, are sensitive to human impact, climate change, and environmental disruption, making understanding and preservation essential. The emotional impact of standing on the shores of these lakes cannot be overstated. There is awe in their vibrancy, but also reflection. The pinks and blues provoke questions about life's adaptability, about how color can be both functional and beautiful, and about the interconnections between organisms, environment, and human perception. In a way, the lakes serve as mirrors, not just of the sky, but of ourselves, our curiosity, our desire to explore, and our capacity to understand and respect the natural world. As we continue our journey, we will encounter specific lakes that exemplify these phenomena. Lake Hillier, the iconic bubblegum pink lake on Middle Island, whose hue remains almost impossibly uniform even when scooped into a bucket. Lake Eyre, whose vast blue expanses fill dramatically during rare floods, and numerous smaller, hidden lakes scattered across the Nullarbor Plain in Western Australia, each with its own story of color, ecology, and human interaction. Through their stories, we see science and culture intertwined, history and natural wonder merging, and the ongoing dialogue between humans and one of Earth's most extraordinary landscapes. The pink and blue lakes are more than just visual spectacles. They are living laboratories, canvases of life and adaptation, teachers of resilience and impermanence. They invite us to marvel, to study, and to reflect, to witness firsthand the beauty and complexity of a world that is both harsh and breathtakingly beautiful. And as our journey continues toward the lake's deeper secrets, the sense of wonder grows, drawing us forward to discoveries that will challenge expectations and inspire awe. As our journey through Australia's extraordinary pink and blue lakes reaches its conclusion, the narrative comes full circle, revealing lessons that extend far beyond the striking colors of the waters themselves. These lakes, with their surreal beauty, are not simply natural curiosities. They are living systems, testaments to resilience, adaptation, and the remarkable interplay between life and environment. They remind us that even in the harshest conditions, life finds a way to flourish, creating beauty that can astonish and inspire. Take Lake Hillier, for instance. Its vibrant, bubblegum pink surface seems almost artificial, yet every droplet is real, shaped by microscopic organisms thriving in hypersaline conditions. Scientists continue to study the lake not just for its aesthetic value, but for insights into extremophile organisms, life that survives in conditions once thought impossible. The lake's persistent color, even when water is removed from the source, is a reminder that nature's processes are both delicate and enduring. Nearby, the vast blue expanses of Lake Eyre, which fill only during rare flood events, contrast sharply with Hillier's permanence. When inundated with water, Lake Eyre transforms, its reflective surface creating one of the most dramatic visual spectacles on Earth. These lakes, pink and blue, ephemeral and permanent, highlight the extraordinary diversity and resilience of the Australian landscape. Human interaction with these lakes adds yet another layer of richness to the story. Indigenous Australians have observed, respected, and learned from these waters for millennia, understanding the rhythms of nature in ways that modern science is only beginning to quantify. Their oral histories convey not just the physical characteristics of the lakes, but also their spiritual and cultural significance, connecting people to the land, its cycles, and its mysteries. In more recent centuries, explorers, scientists, and travelers have documented these waters, drawn to their otherworldly allure and the scientific questions they pose. Today, responsible tourism and research continue this tradition, allowing new generations to experience the lakes while preserving their delicate ecosystems. As we reflect on the broader significance of the pink and blue lakes, one theme becomes clear. Nature's palette is both functional and inspirational. The pink of Dunaliella Salina is more than color, it is survival. The shimmering blues are more than visual delight. They are evidence of water clarity, mineral balance, and ecological stability. The lakes teach us that beauty and science are inseparable, that observation and understanding can transform awe into knowledge, and that even the most remote corners of the world have profound lessons to offer. Walking along the shores of these lakes, the mind is drawn to the subtle interactions of light, water, and life. Tiny microorganisms ripple beneath the surface, birds trace arcs above the horizon, and salt crystals catch the sun in fleeting glimmers of brilliance. Each moment is ephemeral, yet each contributes to a story that has been unfolding for thousands of years, a story of adaptation, survival, and the persistent wonder of the natural world. The lakes are mirrors, reflecting not only the sky but our own curiosity, our desire to understand, and our capacity for awe. The main message of our journey is simple yet profound. By observing, respecting, and learning from the natural world, we gain insights not only into ecosystems but into ourselves. Australia's pink and blue lakes are symbols of resilience, evidence that life persists in unexpected places, and reminders that even in extremes, beauty can flourish. They encourage us to seek knowledge, to nurture curiosity, and to recognize the delicate balance that sustains life on Earth. As our journey concludes, we leave the lakes not just with memories of stunning colors or remarkable science, but with a sense of inspiration and responsibility. Their vivid pinks and tranquil blues linger in our imagination, a lasting reminder that the natural world holds endless surprises, and that understanding it requires both attention and reverence. By witnessing these lakes, we witness the elegance of life itself, shaped by the forces of nature and the persistence of survival against the odds. So let this journey spark your curiosity, ignite your sense of wonder, and remind you that the world is full of hidden marvels waiting to be discovered. Explore, observe, and protect these natural treasures, and carry the lessons of resilience, beauty, and balance into your own life. And now, we invite you to continue the journey, subscribe to our channel, share this adventure with others, and leave a comment sharing your thoughts on the astonishing pink and blue lakes of Australia. Let their colors, stories, and lessons inspire your next adventure.